friends, thanks for joining me for day 26 of Junk Journal January. Today's prompt is translucent, and I think that means I'm going to go ahead and pull some vellum out of my cabinet and use that. I will look around for some other translucent materials, see what I have, see if I can fit that into the spread as well. I figured I'd go ahead and incorporate some vellum into my page today. Friends, I had to really think about this, and I thought, what do I want to do with a vellum page? And there's a lot of things I could do. I could place it over some decorative paper and you could see through it. What am I doing with this? Okay, yeah, you could see through it, but I thought, you know what, probably a lot of people are going to do that. And I don't really create in a way that's dependent on what other people do or don't do, but it pushed me to just think a little more out of the box. So I decided what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this into an envelope. But it's going to be a hand-sewn envelope, and that way I can put it in the journal. Just measuring there. I'm wondering if I want to make it a little bit smaller. Let's see here. Let's find a page where we could slide it in. Like I could attach it with a paper clip. Actually, yeah, I just got this paper clip from my friend Annie of Annie Creates, so I could attach it to a page with that. So if I do that, this width is fine, but I'm going to want to take it down a little bit and make it not quite as tall as it is. So let me fold this. So let's say this is going to be our basic shape. And then I'm just going to trim some off of the end, and you know, I'll save that. Maybe I can make another envelope or something with this. Yeah, I could probably do something with that. We'll see. Okay, so then I thought what I would do is I'd like to actually round the corners here. So let's grab some scrap paper because you need something sometimes a little thicker to, otherwise it won't cut. You know what I mean? So if I go here, shove this in here. Oh, I feel like I'm all thumbs. Hold on, let me get myself situated. It's because I already folded it. Okay, now let me shove this in here. Just gives it something to grab onto. Hopefully that worked. Oh, it didn't, wow. But it did mark it so that I could just take my scissor and round it. It's not as perfect, but that's okay. Let me see if I can straighten this out a little bit, see if I have a little better luck doing the other side. It feels weird, I don't know why. But at least it marked it for me, so that's good. And it didn't get stuck. You know how that happens sometimes? Okay, so this is gonna be the basic shape of the envelope, but we're gonna sew it. And I have a couple ideas. I brought a couple of these over. Oh, and this bronzy color would look very cool. But then I was digging around looking at stuff and I thought, oh my gosh, what if we sewed it with this eyelash trim? And you know, it's just so tempting. I think we have to. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I got my awl out because, oh yeah, and you know what else I need to do? We can't have our envelope like be right there. So we gotta trim this down a little bit. All right, let's take it here. Let's see how that looks. I think I want to take it down a little further. I mean, I want somebody to be able to, or this, since this is my journal, I want to be able to, you know, whatever I stuff in there, I want to be able to, you know, get it back out. Okay, that's going to work great. Yep, that's great. So then there's enough room once it's sewed together to get the hands in there to pull out whatever's in there. I don't want to make this complicated. So I'm going to take the awl and I'm just going to do, we want to do a whole, maybe I'll mark it, let's see. We're gonna do one here. Maybe I can just pull up on it. Oh, that worked out fine. Okay. And then we'll go down, maybe, you know, we'll do like an inch. And I don't have to sew the bottom. So really all I'm sewing are the edges. All right. As you can see, I am not a professional sewer. So, you know, don't expect a lot. So then I'm thinking, all right, if I'm doing this and I'm pulling this through, I'm gonna leave a little extra, I think. And you know, maybe I could hang a little dangle from it or something like that. Okay, so we have our eyelash trim, it's in there. And so I wonder, is that amusing enough? Because I was wondering, should I try to go back through on the opposite sides? Let's even see if I can. Oh yeah, I can totally do that. So let's do that. And then that way, and I'm going to go through this one. And I had cut myself plenty, so what I'm going to do is pull the end off just like that. Make sure everything's tight enough, not too tight, but tight enough. Just tug a little bit on each side. All right, that looks good. Make sure it's all nice and fluffy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie it right here. I'm just going to tie like a little knot coming right off of the bottom. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do, and I wasn't sure how much of the trim I would need, but as you can see, there was plenty. All right, and then I'm going to leave some hanging, because that way if I decide to put a little dangle on there, I might not want that because it's going to have to fit in the journal okay, so I can always trim that a little shorter, but for now I'll leave it where it is. Now let's go ahead and we'll just take the longer of the two and do the same to the other side. All right, that was easy as can be. Let me show it to you. So here we have our envelope so far, and we have our eyelash trim that is holding the edges together. So far, I love it. It's very simplistic, which isn't a terrible thing, but I think let's go ahead and add something to it. And my friend Annie of Annie Creates sent me some stickers. So I thought we would have a look at these vellum stickers real quick. These have a very vintage flair. We're going to save those for a different style of journal, although I did put one of these in the journal already. Here we have some nature things, so that's possible. I'm feeling like I want to go nature. Here we have some dramatic nature. Those are kind of cool. Okay. The owl would look really neat going across there, wouldn't it? That is a good fit. I'm really tempted. So let's go ahead and do it. Since my eye likes that, let's go ahead and do that. All right, I like that, and now it feels like, it makes me feel like I want to add a little bit of a dramatic flair up here at the top. So let me see what kind of stuff I have. Well, I have this, and this is pretty dramatic, and the yellow and the orange would work really well together. So I could put that like right on the edge, or I could put it up here. Nope, 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 it's got to be on the edge. But what would I put above it? Let's see. Or let's take a look at this. Just have a look. Oh, I like that. That's so pretty. Okay. If I had this one going along the bottom, and then I had this one going along the top, and then I had like another one here just to sort of pull it together, I think that could be kind of cool. All right, my friends, here is the translucent envelope, and I love it. We have a little, I decided not to do charms at the bottom. I just thought it might be too much. So we've got our eyelash trim and our beautiful owl and our trim up here. I was thinking about decorating the back, but then I thought I didn't want to. I wanted to sort of keep it simple and let whatever is going to end up being inside show through. So I chose to leave the back plain. Now if I change my mind, I can always decorate it, and then you guys will see that during the flip through. But here it is. I love the way it turned out, and I hope you enjoyed watching how I put it together. Thank you, Meg at Meg Journals, for hosting this awesome collaboration. And Meg is in collaboration with Get Messy Art. So go check them out if you haven't already. And to you guys, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. Thanks for watching. See you soon.